I'm trying to get the dashboard off. I've just found out that this just pulls off, and there's got to be some screws or something stopping it from getting out of there. I've also taken all the bolts that are along there. They're a 10mm bolt, so I've taken them off. So I'll go over the other side and see how I can get this part off. So to get the rest of this grill part off here, I had to take this part out here, which I lever it off. It's just got some things to lever off. I just got a screwdriver in there and levered it off, and it came off. And then this panel's got 1, 2, 3 screws that should allow me to take that front cover off. So that's what I'm doing now. So after removing the screws, I had to go around to the other side and remove a couple of screws that were still keeping the dashboard in, and then there was the section under the steering wheel that had to come out before I could get the actual dashboard out. I also had to disconnect the door opener that was up on the button on the top. From there I could then remove the stereo system and also the heater system front panel. I also went across and removed the glove box and the fuse box lid and the the washer wiper fill container. From there I could remove the other parts that are in front of the main dashboard. Took out the odometer and the speedo as well, and from there it allowed me to get into all the other screws, which I've taken off now. So it's a little bit of a long process, but I was glad to get it all out and done. Alrighty, I've got all the dashboard out and also the side panel and also the side panel of the door. Now there's a lot of screws to take out for the paneling, for the dashboard. You've got to take certain bits off first to get to all the dashboard before it'll come out, so takes a bit of time. But now I can see what's behind the dashboard. I can see whether it's got any rust. There's only a bit of surface rust just there, which I'll clean up. Other than that, it looks pretty good. And I can run all my wires through the little holes that go up the sill here, which is good. So that's that part done. Now, while I'm waiting for the tanks to get done, means I can start sanding back all these dashboard parts, and I'm going to paint it all black. So give it a bit of a spruce up. So today we're going somewhere different, just for a change. So I'll show you where we are. Just joking. Just going to Bunnings again, as normal. So got to get some stuff for the dashboard now, for the painting of it. Here's the goodies I got from Bunnings. I got some rags, paint, some CLR, to get rid of the rust on some of the screws, some terps, mineral terps, to get rid of the thicker flex that's on everything, and a test piece of ply to see how that works on the grooves that are in the floor of the bus, to see if it's the right size. Alrighty, let's go home and check it out. So today's job, we are cleaning all the dashboard off, getting rid of all the crap that was on there. Then I'm going to hit it with the isotone and make sure there's no grease or dirt or Sikaflex or anything left on it. This is the big section. And once that's done, I've got the spray paint and we're going to paint it black. Get rid of this ghastly brown colour. So now we just wait for the sun to do its work and dry it all off. Okay, so I've gone along and acetoned those parts there. Now, one thing I will tell you not to do, which is what I didn't know, but I did this, I put acetone on that and you can see what's happened. It's killed it. So I'm going to have to find out whether I can find one of these decals that I can put in back into the spot for the venting. So, lesson learned, don't do that. Also, I've got this paint from Bunnings today. It's paint and primer, so I shouldn't have to do undercoat. It also is flat black. We'll give this a go and see how it goes. A pro tip for you: if your bolts or screws are all rusty, put them in a glass jar with CLR in them. It cleans them up amazing. So these are the bolts and screws that come out of the dashboard. So I'm just cleaning up and I'm going to paint them. Good morning, fellow YouTube students. Well, today I'm going to get stuck into cleaning up around the dashboard, running some cabling for the new stereo system that will be going in. Seeing that I've taken all the leads out, I wasn't sure how good they were, so I'm replacing them. There it is with all the dashboard off. We go and have a bit more of a look before the battery dies. I'm going to clean up around there, hit it with a bit of rust guard there, and if you have a look down here, that's where the cable come in, and we've got to fish it out from that one up there. So that's what we got planned for today. So with the cabling, what I've done is I've cut the speaker cable that was coming down through that beam there. I've attached some string onto it and pulled it back up, and then I've joined the string together in one piece, so it's like a big oval shape. That way I can just tie on the cables and pull the string back up and down. So it just makes it easier when you're trying to run cable. I've done most of it in here. Actually, Carolyn and I have done most of it in here. Carolyn helped on the weekend. So we got that section done. So just a quick update. I've been able to clean off all the residue from that pillar. I've also been able to run the cable up through the pillar. I was able to drop down the beam there and put the piece of string in, and that way I could run the speaker cables, which I've run the two other speaker cables and taken them all down through that beam there. Alright, so before I put everything back in, I wanted to give it a good clean out because everything was off now, so it made it much easier to get to. There's a bit of a dirty job in there. It's amazing how much dust and crap is built up in a bus from use. There's amazing the things you find out. The things you find behind it. We found some coins and a lot of toothpicks, which was really strange. But I guess you got to expect that being a bus. Good morning everybody, hope you had a good weekend. Today is Monday. Today we're going to try and get this dashboard back in now that we've got the cables run. So we're going to start bringing out the dashboard and all the other parts to it and start putting it back together. Reinstalling the dashboard was basically doing it all in reverse from when I took it out. Very fiddly to try and get this main part back in, getting it over the steering wheel cover, making sure you get the heater knobs back in properly. So it was a little bit tricky, but after that, once you got that main part in, the rest went back pretty easy. I've left the string that I used to run up and down the beams on either side because I've still got video cable for the cameras and the dashboard camera that I'm going to put in, so that's why you can still see the orange string there. That's going to be there till we get the rest of the cables down. Okay, so today we're finished. Got the dashboard back in. I think the dashboard was harder to get in than out. Front seat's back in and it's all painted black now. So, very cool.